tayo dito sa Kababayan Today at ang special natin na guest na nandito ngayong araw na to ay si Michael de Mesa. So Michael, we know that you've done a lot of film work, a lot of television work. You also did theater work. Let's talk about the theater because I recently fell in love with the theater as well. What is it about doing theater that's so different than doing film and television?
The theater is really an actor's medium. That's the actor's world. Film is a director's medium. TV is the network's medium. It's
right.
corporate, you know?
Yes, yeah.
But theater, that's really the actor's medium. That's the actor's home. The director is there from the beginning when you're rehearsing, but when it comes to opening night, you're on your own.
Right. What was your first foray into the theater world?
My first job was an adaptation of Does the Tiger Wear a Necktie? It was translated and done in Tagalog.
In Tagalog.
Adapted, not just translated, but adapted in Tagalog. And what I'm really proud about was the role I played was the role Al Pacino played, wherein he won his first Tony.
Wow.
So that was a challenge when I knew, and I did that play, and it was you know, it was well accepted, and you know that's when they said we did this the Phil-Am Theater, 1981.
Wow. So you've been doing theater for a really long time.
Yes.
I see.
Since then, I told myself I'd love to do theater at least once a year.
Once a year for the soul.
For the soul.
That's right. Okay, so out of all the roles that you've done in the theater, what's your favorite? Because I know you also did John Travolta's role in Hairspray.
Yes.
That was fun, and you had to wear one of those suits, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was challenging because I played a woman. You know, not a gay person, but a woman.
Yes.
My first gay role was also in theater. So most of what I've done in theater, I love all the characters I've done in theater.
Yeah.
That's where the challenge really lies.
It's hard to say, oh, I like doing this role as opposed to that. It's just the process,
the process, correct.
There's time for the process.
The discipline
the discipline involved.
Yeah.
And I know that from experience, I'm speaking from experience, that it does get frustrating in Philippine showbiz. Of course, we're very thankful for the opportunity, but how far do we have to go to really get to the level? And I'm not trying to compare it to Hollywood, but to the level where, you know, as actors, we're also decently given the opportunity to work. Because the conditions aren't like here. Because you're also a director, you know perhaps where we could improve upon.
Well, it's sad because we don't make as much movies as we used to.
I know.
So now Philippine showbiz is mostly television and, like I mentioned, teleseries, you know, and these are stories that have been done over and over again. There's a certain formula that the teleserie follows.
Yes, and I know that if you watch a teleserie, you're always going to know that there's going to be a hospital scene, someone dies, there's going to be a car accident,
Someone has amnesia.
Someone has amnesia.
And it always ends with a wedding.
Yeah. But of course, our viewers watch teleseries all the time so that they know this. But this is their only way to identify with, you know, being Filipino, which is why I always felt as a producer when I graduated and tried to do that media is so powerful and the kind of stories that we put out there. But I know that you're also a director, so we're waiting for you. I know you've done film.
Yes,
before.
I've done 2 films. The reason why I decided to become a director in 1994, I went to school in NYU, and it was also born out of frustration. I thought that being a director, you would have at least
Some sort of say.
some sort of say, or total creative control. But with the system, no.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, this is 2 decades later.
Right.
It's 2014.
Right. I'm very happy now because of there are a lot of independent filmmakers.
Yes, a lot of indie Filipino films.
A lot. And I've always believed in that because these are the films that really go out globally.
Yes.
These are the films that really showcase the Filipino talent, the Filipino sensibilities, and fresh materials that the world can see. And I've always talked about that. That early 90s, I've always believed that the Philippines should go globally, and film should be the main instrument. Because we're so rich culturally,
Absolutely.
story-wise.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people know you as an actor, but I know you as someone who gave all of that up to come to America. So let's get to know another side of Michael de Mesa when we return here on Kababayan Today. Don't go away.